At 12, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Canelo. Man, yeah, we still alive.
There we go.
We got fall fight for both of us, I believe.
Any doubt in your mind that you beat him?
Of course I beat him. It ain't no doubt in my mind that I won't beat anybody else. Yeah, I can't rap. That's what I'm saying. So I gotta stick to what I know. I beat people up.
Oh, God.
I beat people up. I'm gonna start rapping, man. And then everybody gonna be saying, man, I'm being Roy Jones Jr. I'm coming out like Roy. Come my way and me and him get in the ring, then it'll be an electrifying fight, you know.
Terence Crawford continues to ramp up efforts to draw Canelo Alvarez into the ring, pushing hard for a long-anticipated super fight between two of the biggest names in boxing today. While Canelo Alvarez's reputation for devastating strength and knockout power may cause hesitation among other fighters, Crawford isn't fazed. Speaking confidently to TMZ Sports, Crawford expressed zero doubt in his ability to defeat the Mexican icon. He emphasized that should the fight happen, he's entirely confident he'd walk away victorious, and no amount of hype around Canelo's power intimidates him in the slightest. Still, it's all speculative for now, as the matchup remains uncertain. Crawford has been vocal about his desire to make the fight happen, but Canelo's camp seems more reserved. Crawford recently attended Canelo's latest bout and watched firsthand as the Mexican superstar secured yet another win. However, when Canelo was asked directly about potentially facing Crawford, he offered a flat no comment, avoiding any commitment. Despite this, a trusted media outlet reached out to Crawford afterward, and the 36-year-old fighter made it crystal clear his desire to square off with Canelo hasn't diminished one bit. He still wants the challenge in the ring. "This is a legacy-defining fight," Crawford declared. "This is, without question, the biggest fight that can be made in boxing right now." He acknowledges the potential hurdles in the ring, especially dealing with Canelo's size and raw power. Still, he's unshaken. Crawford pointed out that he's been battling larger opponents throughout his career and sees this as no different. He confidently guaranteed a win, stating, "Of course I'll beat him. I don't have a single doubt in my mind. I believe I can defeat anyone who steps into that ring with me." When pressed about details like time and location, Crawford admitted he doesn't have a specific plan. What matters most to him is giving fans the showdown they've been asking for, and he believes Canelo should be just as willing. ESPN's Mike Coppinger previously reported that Canelo had his sights set on a potential rematch with Dimitri Bivol in May, contingent on Bivol beating Artur Beterbiev for the undisputed light heavyweight crown. That rematch is still in the air, with the two Russians set to clash again soon. Depending on that outcome, Canelo may remain focused on exacting revenge for that rare blemish on his record. After Canelo's most recent performance, Crawford hinted on X, formerly Twitter, that he had Canelo in his sights. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority chairman Turki Alilshik confirmed in an August interview that he's actively working with Crawford to make the fight a reality. "I'll offer Canelo what I believe is a fair deal," Alilshik stated, adding that negotiations would be conducted directly without third-party interference. He emphasized his commitment to securing a massive event for Crawford, whether that includes Canelo or someone else. "If Canelo demands something unreasonable, I'll still guarantee Crawford a big fight," he said. Crawford, fresh off a decisive win over a top-tier Uzbek opponent in a super welterweight title bout, now holds the WBA Super Welterweight Championship, improving to 41-0. Canelo Alvarez, for his part, has gone on a 5-fight win streak since losing to Bivol at light heavyweight. Yet some boxing analysts and fans have started criticizing his choice of opponents, accusing him of padding his resume with relatively easier matchups. Statistically, the 34-year-old has compiled a record of February 2nd, 62 over 66 bouts, but some believe Crawford's challenge may not be taken seriously due to the disparity in weight. However, former 2-weight world champion and now respected boxing analyst Tim Bradley has a different take. After reviewing both fighters' styles in depth, he concluded that Crawford has what it takes to not just win, but dominate.
It won't be like any other fight that he's fought recently, and it'd be a well fought.
I don't know, someone told me to study Canelo, study Crawford. Crawford about to beat the shit out of Canelo Alvarez. Right now, he about to beat the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez. Yes, he is. Number 2, Devin Haney. You want to get back, man, go back to your roots, bro. Go back to where you started, bro. Where'd you start? You started in Mexico, man. Go back, get one of those guys out of there.
You just told me Crawford beats Canelo.
Hey, Crawford beats anybody he steps in the ring with.
Bradley said he was suddenly inspired at 3 a.m. to watch film on both Canelo and Crawford. After thoroughly studying their styles and habits in the ring, he came away with a bold prediction: Crawford's going to beat the brakes off of Canelo, he declared. For Crawford, winning this fight would mark an extraordinary milestone in an already decorated career. With undisputed championships at both super lightweight and welterweight, a victory over Canelo would further cement his place among boxing's all-time greats. Bradley didn't stop there. He used his platform on YouTube to directly call out Canelo, urging the Mexican champion to stop dodging the fight and give Crawford the opportunity he's earned. The fans are demanding this matchup, Bradley said, and Crawford has earned his shot at greatness. He dismissed claims that Crawford is too small to hang with Canelo, noting that the two are the same height and that Canelo himself began his career at 147 pounds. According to Bradley, that argument doesn't hold up. Bradley continued his rant, targeting Canelo's seeming disinterest. "You're walking around in Mexico like none of this matters," Bradley said. "The world wants to see this fight. It's time to make it happen." He argued that Crawford has the tools to demonstrate his greatness and silence any remaining doubters. Although Canelo has a sterling February 2, 62 record and is arguably boxing's biggest global star, Crawford, at 41-0, is regarded by many insiders as the most technically skilled fighter of this generation. Still, Crawford's most recent fight against Israel Madrimov left some unimpressed. Despite the win, he took more shots than usual and didn't display his usual dominance. From Canelo's perspective, there may not be much upside in accepting the bout. He's proven himself against larger, stronger fighters already, and critics argue Crawford hasn't done enough to justify a shot at 168 pounds. Some say Crawford should go through contenders like David Benavidez or Artur Beterbiev to earn his way. Fans remain divided. Some see the fight as a thrilling battle of technique versus brute power between two generational legends, while others believe Crawford's age and size disadvantage make this an uphill battle. In the grand scheme, Canelo has options and doesn't necessarily need this fight to validate his legacy. As for Crawford, he may need to take a longer, more grueling route to prove he deserves to be in the ring with the undisputed super middleweight champion. Tim Bradley may continue pushing for the bout, but as things stand now, the possibility feels more like a fantasy than an imminent reality. Still, a win over Canelo would be the crown jewel in Crawford's already illustrious career. Canelo has only lost twice, once to Floyd Mayweather and once to Dimitri Bivol. Notably, it's the Bivol defeat that Crawford's trainer Brian McIntyre is studying closely. Speaking to Luke Thomas on YouTube, McIntyre said that if a Crawford-Canelo matchup ever happens, he'd rely heavily on that Bivol footage. He made Canelo move his feet, and that's where he struggled, said McIntyre, hinting at strategic openings that Crawford could exploit. McIntyre also mentioned watching the Mayweather fight, another bout where Canelo struggled against speed and technical brilliance. World Boxing News reports that Crawford remains on a short list of potential opponents for Canelo. Talks have continued, with Saudi official Turki Al-Sheikh even proposing the fight as part of Riyadh season, possibly held in Las Vegas. After partnering with Crawford for the Israel Madrimov event, Al-Sheikh prioritized the Canelo bout, although that enthusiasm briefly cooled due to ongoing negotiations. Al-Sheikh later said in a statement, "I just finished a major planning session with my team for our 2024 to 2025 fights. I've decided to abandon the Canelo fight for now, it no longer interests me." Instead, he shifted his focus to promoting major US fights centered around Crawford. However, momentum appears to be returning. Crawford even told former rival Sean Porter he wasn't impressed by Canelo's attitude toward the potential bout. "I heard Canelo say I'm easy work," he told the Porter Way podcast. "If I was really easy work, he'd already have taken that Saudi money."
He don't go, no one beats him. No one beats Terence Crawford. And his athleticism and defense to get out of the way. He should be able to beat Canelo, man. Slow plodding forward, Good jab, got good quickness, you know, throws a lot of hooks. Crawford just get away from all of those, get underneath them, bro.
It's real simple. It's real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say that. Hey, Terence gonna get in there and do what he needs to do, perform.
Like Ali Sheik say that he sent you an offer, possibly to face Crawford for coming up here. Is that true, or what happened with that?
No, I don't have any offer. And
Hardcore boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo just like they knew Will was gonna beat Smith. It's real simple. Real simple. You just gotta.
Crawford pointed out the contradiction. Canelo allegedly wants $200 million to fight David Benavidez and $150 million to fight him. That right there shows I'm a threat, he said. Kenneth Sims Jr., Crawford's sparring partner, echoed the sentiment in an interview with WBN. "I'd love to see that fight," Sims said. "I've watched Bud spar with much bigger guys. I truly believe he can pull it off." Right now, Crawford appears to be Canelo's top candidate, with other names like Christian Billy and Jermall Charlo falling out of consideration. A Bivol rematch might still be in play, especially if the Russian beats Beterbiev and unifies the 175-pound titles in February. That scenario could set up a revenge bout for Canelo in September. But even as options swirl, the idea of Canelo facing Crawford continues to generate excitement. A potential Canelo-Crawford showdown would be boxing at its absolute peak. Canelo, as the undisputed king of super middleweight, has overwhelmed his division with precision and strength. Crawford, praised universally for his ring IQ, strategic mastery, and adaptability, remains one of boxing's most complete fighters. In an interview with Sway's Universe, Canelo admitted he's open to the bout. "I'm in. Why not?" he said. "He's a great fighter, but in my weight class, that's an easy fight for me. Easy money." That statement is a notable shift, considering Canelo's earlier reluctance to fight Crawford due to concerns about credit and legitimacy. Crawford, on the other hand, has been relentless, willing to move up not one but two divisions just for the chance. He's realistic about the size disadvantage but remains confident in his ability to overcome it. Some analysts remain unconvinced, pointing to Crawford's lackluster showing against Madrimov at super welterweight. Despite the doubts, boxing fans can't stop imagining the possibilities. A clash of speed, intelligence, power, and skill between two future Hall of Famers, what more could you ask for? Matchroom Boxing's Eddie Hearn, who has worked with Canelo extensively, shared insights into behind-the-scenes talks. Hearn confirmed that Saudi efforts to book the fight have stalled, and the conversations have grown cold. Hearn, in an interview with Fight Hype, didn't hold back. "I'll be honest, I'd be shocked if that fight actually happens," he said. His Excellency pushed for it, but it just didn't feel like something Canelo truly wanted. According to Hearn, Canelo feels that even if he wins, critics will say he only beat a 154-pounder. Plus, at this point in his career, Canelo wants opponents who come forward, something he doubts Crawford will do. Hearn further explained that even if Crawford makes weight at 165 pounds, the physical disparity will be glaring. Bud has to stay on his feet and stay sharp the entire fight, he said. The size difference is massive, and it's going to show. Even with skepticism clouding the bout's future, fan discussions continue. One interesting perspective comes from someone who has fought both men, Amir Khan. Khan moved up to fight Canelo in 2016 and was brutally knocked out in the 6th round. In 2019, he also lost to Crawford. Speaking to Boxing News, Khan said, "It's going to be a real test for Crawford."
And look, I'm 100% focused on this fight, and then we'll see.
Face Crawford for coming up here. Is that true, or what happened with that?
No, I don't have any offer. And look, I'm focused on this fight, and then we'll see.
You have the fights going on as well with UFC, September 14th. How do you feel about that? Like that happened the last time you faced.
Hardcore boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo just like they knew Will was gonna beat Smith. It's real simple. Real simple. You just gotta know boxing in order for you to be able to say that.
Khan added that Canelo might be scared. "He's making too many excuses," Khan said. Timothy Bradley backed that sentiment, arguing that Crawford, despite being the smaller man, could still win because Canelo hasn't stopped anyone since 2021. While talks of this fight have circulated since late 2024, nothing's been finalized, but anticipation remains sky high. The matchup pits Crawford, a technical wizard and sharp switch hitter, against Canelo, a rugged and resilient counter-puncher. While Canelo's power is respected, Bradley argued it's not what it used to be. "Y'all keep saying he's going to knock Crawford out," he said, "but when was the last time he actually knocked someone out? It's like when Usyk fought Fury, size didn't matter." Bradley emphasized that Canelo and Crawford are the same height, and Canelo isn't a natural 168-pounder. "He's great, but so is Bud," Bradley said. He acknowledged that Canelo last scored a stoppage win in 2021 against Caleb Plant, but he also noted that since then, the Mexican champion has gone on to beat respected names like Gennady Golovkin, Jermall Charlo, John Ryder, Jamie Munguia, and Edgar Berlanga. Canelo's 5 recent victories were all won by unanimous decision, and each time, he retained his unified titles with ease. His only loss during that stretch remains the one to Bivol. While Crawford has made it clear that defeating Canelo is his ultimate goal, he also has options, whether it's defending his current super welterweight belts or stepping up again to the middleweight division. That wraps it up for now. For the latest boxing news, major moments, and detailed coverage of the sport's biggest stories, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Stay connected for exclusive insights, interviews, and fight previews. Until next time, keep your gloves up and stay tuned.
Overseas, Canelo versus Crawford negotiations, so-called behind the scenes. I want to talk about, 1, is Crawford ready for that fight? 2, how do you see that fight playing out? And 3, is this a reality?
I'll be honest, very surprised if that fight happens. I think His Excellency has been pushing that fight. It didn't seem like it was something that Canelo was really up for, to be honest. And like, when I've spoken to Canelo before about